Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia and today we are going to be calming down the body with a stress releasing yoga flow. I hope that you can find yourself a comfortable and nice spot to roll out your mat, wear something that you feel good in, and try to forget about the surrounding world just for a few minutes while you take this time for yourself. So we are going to be starting with a pranayama called Nadi Shodhana, which is a really good way to balance out the nervous system and let go of anxiety in the body. So I want you to find a cross-legged position, coming onto your sitting bones, grounding into the mat. Now hook your left thumb around your left ring finger. Release the right palm and place the right thumb just to hover above the right nostril, and place the index and the middle finger between the brows, and the right ring finger is hovering above the left nostril. So both nostrils are open here, and I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nostrils and out through the mouth, releasing down the shoulders. One more. Exhale. Now take one more deep breath in through both nostrils. Hold the breath at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Hold out the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left nostril on 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top. And exhale, unclog the right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release both fingers. Inhale through both nostrils all the way into the belly. And exhale out through the mouth. Release the right palm. Release the left palm. Place the palms into the knees, facing down to calm the body as you keep your breath flowing deeply in and out through the nostrils. Two more breaths. And let's go of the body. Very nice. Now let's continue on. I want you to place the palms into the mat. Roll onto the knees. Let the knees come out to the sides of the mat. Start to sink the hips into the heels. Begin extending the palms closer to the top of the mat as you let the chest sink a bit further down into the floor. Try to keep heaviness into the heels. Trying to see if those hips and heels can come together. Relax down the forehead. Take 5 full breaths. In your child's posture, feeling how the belly is rising between the thighs. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, release the hips away from the heels. Come into your tabletop Allow some more space as you move the knees a bit closer to the back of the mat. This time we let the hips face the sky as we start to extend the palms once again closer to the top of the mat, and let the chest sink into the floor, into our poppy posture. You can relax down a cheek or relax down the forehead. Finding your way in this intense posture as the chest is opening up, the shoulders opening up. Use those tucked toes to support you. Take 5 full breaths. Now look to the top of the mat. Reach up the left palm to the sky and start threading the left palm underneath the right armpit. Sink down into the left shoulder. Take 5 full breaths. And exhale, press into the right palm, lift away the chest. Inhale, reach up the right palm. And exhale, thread it through the left armpit, sink back down into that right shoulder. Take 5 full breaths. And exhale, press into the mat, lifting up that chest. There's a bug on my mat, sorry. Move the knees closer here to the top of the mat. Place the back of the feet into the floor, a bit out to the sides, and sink the hips down into the heels. Finding your Virasana, hero posture. Interlace the palms in front of you, and as you inhale, lift the palms above the head, tilting the pelvis, opening up the chest. Taking 2 full breaths. Now begin extending the palms over to the left side. Shift the gaze over to the right armpit. 2 full breaths. And exhale back to center. Inhale, extend the palms over to the right side and look over to the left armpit for 2 full breaths. And exhale, come back to center. Release the palms down and relax the shoulders. Place those palms into the floor. Roll away the hips from the heels. We're gonna find that tabletop and the neutral position of the spine, so slightly tucking that pelvis under, making sure that the shoulders and the wrists are stacked. You can keep the feet tucked to help you find some grounding and balance. We're gonna do a few rounds of our cat and cow. So as you root into the palms and as you inhale, you're gonna drop down the belly and open up the chest to the sky, tilting the pelvis all the way up, lifting those hips. And exhale, curling into the spine, pressing away the floor, creating more space between the shoulder blades. Inhale down with the belly, open up the chest. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades away from each other. Push into the floor, tuck that pelvis. Inhale, drop. Exhale. We're gonna do a few rounds. You're flowing with your own breath. You can move as much or as little as you need to. You can even go out to the sides, rolling all the way into the spine, coming further down, further up into the ceiling. Letting the body guide you with the breath. Two more rounds of your beautiful cat and cow. And exhale, rounding into the spine and finding back to that tabletop. You can untuck the toes, sink down the hips into the heels, and as you inhale, I want you to roll the hips forward to the top of the mat and let The thighs sink into the floor, coming all the way to the top, extending out the legs. And exhale, lower that upper body halfway down. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, sink the hips back into the heels. Inhale, rolling forward, letting the thighs touch the floor. Exhale, halfway down, keeping the elbows close into the ribs. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, back down. Squeezing into the glutes as you roll forward to protect the lower back. 3 more rounds. Really nice, rolling forward, opening up. Halfway down, inhale, squeeze the palms into the floor. Exhale down, final time. Very good. Come all the way forward with those hips back into the tabletop. Tuck the toes as you lift the hips to the ceiling, walking your dog, bending one knee at a time. Release those hamstrings. I have a lot of tension in mine, so maybe you do as well. Take 2 full breaths, walking your dog, extending one hip out to the side at a time. And now let's find some stillness in that dog. And as you inhale, lift up the right foot to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and step that foot through the palms and let the back foot come into a 90-degree ankle, pointing out to the left side. Carousel the palms all the way up, finding your warrior 2, keeping the shoulders and the palms soft, making sure that the right hip is going over to the right side and you're pushing the left hip to the top of the mat. Take 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, start to rotate the chest down into the floor. Place the right palm next to the left side of the right foot. Gaze to that left palm for 2 full breaths. Getting a nice bend into that right hip, that right knee. Start looking down to that right palm and slowly begin extending out the right leg. And once again, you can begin shifting the gaze up to that left palm. And if you feel that your knee is hurting a bit, you can keep the right knee a bit bent, or you can try even moving the right palm a bit closer over to the middle of the mat. 1 more breath. Now exhale, place the left palm down next to the right and begin shimmying those toes over to the left side of the mat and rotate the torso, the chest over to the left side. Coming into that wide-legged forward fold as you allow the crown of the head enough space to fall into the floor. Use the palms to wrap around the ankles, bending into the elbows as you draw the chest further down between the legs. Take 2 full breaths. Now lift that gaze and start to look over to the back of the mat. Keep the right foot at a 90-degree ankle and turn the left toes all the way to the back of the mat, finding a 90-degree bend onto the left knee. Carousel the palms all the way up, finding that warrior 2, making sure that the right hip is pushing over to the top of the mat and that the left hip is facing the back of the mat. Keep the shoulders and the palms nice and soft in that warrior 2, bending a bit deeper into that left knee for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, start to rotate the chest down. Place the left palm next to the right side of the left foot and gaze all the way to the right palm for 2 full breaths. Releasing that left hip here. Now look down to the left palm and start to push away the floor as you extend that left leg, looking up to the right palm 1 more time. Remember to keep that knee micro bend if you're feeling a bit too much tension. One more breath. And exhale, place down the right palm. Start to rotate the feet back to the left side of the mat. Place the palms here into the middle. One more time, you can wrap the palms around the ankles. Draw down the belly by bending those elbows, using the strength here of the palms against the ankle to guide down the crown of the head, guide down the chest all the way down between the legs, between the feet. Coming further down, one more breath. And exhale, let go. Place the palms in the middle and start shimmying the feet back to the top of the mat. Place the palms here all the way at the top of the mat. Shimmy that right foot all the way over to the right wrist and take a big step with the left foot over to the left wrist. Start sinking down the hips into the floor, making sure that the heels are facing each other and the toes are pointing out to the sides. Place those palms at heart center. Use the elbows to open up the chest by squeezing into the knees, getting an opening onto the hip and the groin. Take 2 full breaths. Place the palms into the floor. Now as you inhale, lift the hips to the sky. And as you exhale, sink down the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, sink. You can keep those knees nice and bent or stretched out. Doing what feels comfortable for you today. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more. And exhale, back down. Place the palms behind you. Come onto the sitting bones and let the feet come together as the knees sink out to the sides. Wrap the palms around the feet. Inhale, open up the chest, finding a nice tall spine. And exhale, start hooking the elbows around the calves as you draw down the chest and round into the spine. If this is a bit too much, you can put the palms here behind you and keep the chest open, finding that opening into the groin, into the hips. Try and find a spot that's comfortable for you and take 7 full breaths. And if you want to come even further down, try and really use the stamina from those elbows to draw the chest further down. 3 more breaths. And exhale, roll all the way back into lat neutral spine. Stretch out the legs in front of you. Start bending into the left knee and place the left foot over to the right side, over to that right hip. Now as you inhale, lift the palms to the sky. And exhale, palms at heart center. I want you to start twisting over here to the left side and hook the right elbow over that left knee. Place the left palm over to the back of the mat and place the right palm onto the heart. And as you inhale, find that long straight spine, staying tall at the crown of the head. And exhale, fall a bit deeper into that spinal twist, gazing to the back of the mat for 3 full breaths. Exhale, let go and twist the chest back to center. Release the left heel and stretch out the left leg. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, place the right heel over to the left hip. Inhale, reach the palms to the sky. Exhale, palms at heart center. Start twisting the chest over to the right side as you hook the left elbow around the right knee. Take a big inhale, finding that straight spine, tall spine. And exhale, plant the right palm behind you. Left palm goes to that heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist a bit deeper, looking to the back of the mat, pressing into the floor with the right palm to twist deeper. One more full breath. Exhale, rotate back the torso to the center and release the right heel away from the left hip. Now we can begin rolling ourselves all the way to the back. Just move the hips a bit further to the top of the mat, allowing some more space to roll down onto the back. Keep the knees bent and place the feet hip width apart. Take 3 breaths as you ground the body, feeling how the earth is underneath the spine, really making sure that your whole spine is connected to the ground. One more breath. Now as you take your next inhale, lift away the hips from the floor and begin moving the shoulder blades closer together until the palms are able to interlace underneath the sitting bones. Take one more breath as you squeeze into the glutes. Lift those hips. And exhale, come all the way back down. Very good. Let's do this one more time. This time to stay. It's a very intense posture, so really remember to squeeze into the glutes to protect the lower back. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale. We're going to start moving the shoulder blades closer together as we interlace the palms underneath the sitting bones. Squeeze into the glutes, lifting the pelvis all the way to the sky. We're going to take 3 full breaths. Using those elbows to push into the floor, helping you stay up. One more breath. And exhale, release all the way back down. Squeeze the knees into the chest, grabbing around each arm, each palm as you start rotating, drawing circles, rolling all the way over to the sides, going in both directions, massaging that lower back. Take 2 more breaths as you roll yourself in these calming circles, releasing that lower back. And now come into stillness. Take 1 big inhale in through the nostrils as you draw the forehead all the way into the knees. Hold the breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale everything out. Stretch out those legs. Let the feet come out to the sides. Let the palms face the skies, lengthening all the way from the toes to the crown of the head as you draw the shoulder blades a bit closer together. Connecting into the floor in your Shavasana. Feeling how the life force is flowing in and out through the nostrils, slowly filling up the belly, filling up the lungs. Letting go of the body. Taking all the time that you need. Keeping those eyes closed for this moment. As you let distractions fade. Coming back into the body, back into the breath. Fingertips soft and shoulders relax into the mat. Feeling the earth underneath the calves. Feeling the earth underneath the heels, the sitting bones. And how the spine is rooted into the floor. You can stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. Thank you guys so much for coming into this space and sharing your energy. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.